I'm 6'7", bro. I'm 200. I'm trying to get to 210. Trying to get to 215. And I'm eating one serving. Like, that's torture.
So hello everyone, welcome back. This is the Echols Unlimited podcast. I'm your host, Terrence Echols. And today I would like to ask that you please like this video, subscribe, because I have a special guest, my very good friend and teammate. His name is Braden Bell from the Marist men's basketball team. Braden, how you doing today?
I'm good. T, how are you, my guy?
Pretty good. And, you should be used to this by now. This is your second appearance on the podcast. So what has been new since the last time you appeared?
A lot of things. Last time I was on, we weren't in a pandemic. But you see where we are now. Mm-hmm. But luckily, we're still able to play and just all be around each other.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the main thing I want to talk about today is, like, being a student athlete, like, during the pandemic, it's been, like, really hard for all of us to play. Like, not only just play the game, but, like, just go about our regular lives. And especially, like, now that we're, like, sort of quarantined and, not really allowed to go anywhere. People can't come in, you can't leave. It's weird. It's a lot different than last year, especially.
Yeah, for sure.
And, so what has the pandemic been like for you, and, like, what was, like, your response to it?
For me, it's really been, like, a time where just like, trying to reevaluate, like, a lot of things in life and just try to, like, better yourself, kind of, because it's, like, you have so much time alone. And I think my initial reaction was just, like, I was honestly, like, one of those people that was like, oh, by the time school starts, it's gonna be gone. Mm-hmm. I was one of those, but as you can see, like, we're in a whole new year, and we basically are dealing with the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember last year, you were one of the last people I saw before we left. Remember that?
Oh yeah. I remember
it was like right after our season ended, and I think you were driving home.
Leave, yeah. I was about to go to the airport.
Yeah, your parents were there, and, like, they were picking. Oh man, that was a sad day if you think about it, because, like, everyone, like, low key didn't know, like, if we would be back or not.
Yeah.
So, like, people were, like, saying goodbye, and yeah, it was low key sad. But
yeah, I remember, like, they extended spring break or whatever, and that was when I knew. I was like, in my head, I was like, there's no way we're coming back.
Really?
And, yeah.
I had optimism, man.
You had some optimism?
I'm not going to lie. I thought we were coming back the whole time until we got the email.
I thought, like, when we got that email, I was like, oh, so spring break's 2 weeks? There's no way we're coming back, because I know they wouldn't just not make us come back for anything, like, that's not serious, obviously.
Exactly. And, let's talk a little bit about, what exactly is going on this season. So this season, we obviously have no fans. There's a bit different things that are happening on the court, like the bench is kind of scattered. We're not, like, cluttered on the bench. There's some good and some bad that come with this season. But what has been, like, probably the biggest adjustment you've had to make on the court?
That's a good question. I think probably, like, the biggest adjustment would be, I guess, just the atmosphere, kind of like having to bring your own energy. Right. Like, honestly, like, I don't think that I really paid that much attention to the fans before. Mm-hmm. Like, obviously you do, like, when you make a big play, the fans go crazy and stuff. Right. And that, like, adds to the hype. But I think that, like, personally, like, I can get myself pretty hyped regardless, like, even with no fans or whatever. Yeah. But I think just that, the fans, and then probably just, like, and everything else, like, just the mask, like, having to wear a mask in the training room, having to wear a mask, like, everywhere inside the building and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, except for, like, on the court, obviously, but, some people still wear the mask. Yeah, I mean, a
few of us on the team still have the mask in practice. That was kind of weird, because before now, like, if you think back before, like, break started, we would have to practice with the mask. What was that like for you?
Oh, for me, I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like having the mask, like, having it over my nose and stuff. Like, because like when you're breathing, the fabric's getting on your face.
Yeah.
But I got a gaiter or whatever.
Yeah.
A gaiter, and that was way better. Like I could keep it up my nose and no problem. But the mask, yeah.
Is it just lighter, or is it just like easier to breathe?
Yeah, it's lighter, and then like you can just breathe out of it easier because like with the paper mask, or whatever, like the thing is like on your nose, so whenever you breathe, like it's like coming all in your face. Yeah.
Oh, so it doesn't like suck in and out and stuff like that?
Nah, it doesn't.
Okay.
Like it's pretty lightweight and it like stays over pretty good too.
Mm-hmm. And what are some of the adjustments you've had to make off the court? I bet there's a lot, considering the fact that the campus has changed. The way we go in and out of buildings is in a particular way, like dining hall, caf, like everything has changed. So what are some of the big changes you've noticed?
I feel like probably the biggest change is just like everywhere, like you can't eat anywhere like past a certain time inside.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and then really just like pretty much that, because if you want to go somewhere like, late, like kind of late, then you kind of have to be quick with what you want to get, because there's only so many places that'll be open, even when there was so many places that were open past a certain time. But yeah, that's probably it. And then probably just the masks all the time. Like, I mean, I'm not one of those people that has a big problem and like, oh, masks, they don't do anything, blah, blah, blah. Like, I just want to do my part to like help us get back to how we were in the past. So I mean, it's not really a big deal, but it is a big change. Yeah, having to wear one all the time.
Yeah, for sure. And especially like for food, that's been like the big thing around campus. So, what was it like in terms of what has it been like ordering your food on the apps and stuff? Grubhub, yeah. Like, what has that been like?
Honestly, I think it was like, I really did not like the idea, like especially with the dining hall. Like one swipe for that, like that food, like bro, I'm 6'7", bro. I'm 200. I'm trying to get to 210, trying to get to 215, and I'm eating one serving. Like that's torture. But like, I guess now, since we're getting like food catered, like you just have to be smart and like make sure you save your leftovers, I think, because I mean,
there's only a certain amount you get.
Yeah, there's only a certain amount, like, and don't contribute to food waste.
Right, exactly. Like the big thing in the caf is like it's buffet style. You can go up whenever, you can grab as much as you need, and you can stay as long as you want. Like now with the virus and everything, you can't do that. And, you mentioned you're trying to become a big body, get to 215. It's like, it's hard for someone like you who's probably putting on weight, and like the only opportunities you have really is to go to the cafe and get food, because like, it's expensive to go and buy food and buy groceries and stuff like that. It's time consuming. You're a student athlete.
Yeah, I think like another thing, like when you get home from practice, like you might not be like, you might not be in the mindset kind of to like make something quick. Right. Like, even if it's quick, like you just want to chill and just rest a little bit. And I think like right now with like having food like catered to us or whatever right now, like, that just gives people the opportunity to make sure they get their meal in or whatever, eat like right after practice, because that's like a big part of it, is just staying on top of your nutrition, because nutrition is a big key. Definitely.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about your nutrition, B. Since you bring it up, so what is some of the stuff that you cook on your own, or some of the stuff that you eat while you're home, or versus some of the stuff you eat while you're on campus here, or like what's some of your favorites?
Mean at home, like Texas,
like in Texas, yes.
Okay.
I know we talked a little bit about like the fast food and stuff in Texas. So what's like some of the healthier stuff that you maybe will like, eat during like a regular day when you're trying to become a big body, like you say?
Something really good to eat. Chipotle.
Okay.
Chipotle. You can be healthy with Chipotle, Like they got some organic, I hope it's organic, ingredients and stuff. There's a place at home that's like Chipotle, but it's better than Chipotle. It's called Chiloso.
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 Okay, never heard of that.
It's fire.
Is it like the same setup and everything? Is it a chain?
Pretty much. It's like a chain. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I only know 2 of them where I'm from, but I know there's got to be some other ones.
Right.
But that's pretty good to eat. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about Panera.
Okay. No, I mess with Panera.
Yeah, they got Panera. Like they have like where I'm from, they got everything, which is really nice. Like it's a big change from here. Like you only got Taco Bell, Wendy's,
Yeah.
Dunkin'. Like people love Dunkin' out here.
Right. Starbucks.
Yeah, Starbucks too. Like we got Starbucks at home. Like
Okay.
I think there's a Dunkin' Donuts, but it's not as big as Starbucks.
Right.
But yeah, I think Chipotle is something good that you can get. Like you can like mix it up. And there's this place called McAllister's.
Okay.
You heard
What
of
is that type of?
It's like a deli kind
Okay.
of, and they got some good items on their menu.
All right. And what's some of the stuff that your mom and dad make for you that you like to eat?
A lot of pasta.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, a lot of pasta. I think that helped me like gain like weight this summer, because this summer like I was lifting like 4 or 5 times a week, just trying to like put on some pounds, put on some muscle. I think I did pretty good. Like I feel pretty confident about my body. Like that's one thing, you got to be body confident.
Yes.
Like I mean, me personally, I got a pretty big body. Sometimes I think I'm small. I think I'm smaller than what I am.
Yeah.
So I think right now, like something like that I'm trying to improve on is just knowing how big I am actually. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
That's one thing that I think also is very important. Just being confident in your body, whatever type of body you got, but also knowing how you can improve like your body, like lifting, nutrition, whatever. Like some people you just gotta eat, honestly.
Yeah. Like
me personally, I feel like sometimes I don't eat as much, and that would kind of hurt me with just putting on weight. But I feel like now, like I'm just trying to get every meal in, just try to eat as much as I can, basically, but not like overload myself.
Right, right, exactly. To like the point where like you can't perform on the court and stuff like that. I feel that exactly. So, we talk a lot about what's happened on the court, what's happened off the court, and then I brought up some of the stuff that your parents make for you and stuff. I know it's been a while since you've seen them and been able to talk to them and stuff like that. So what is dealing with the pandemic and being at school, especially during this break where we don't get to see many people? What has that been like for you and your family? Like, how have you been able to communicate?
Just trying to FaceTime and like call from time to time. Sometimes you can kind of like not forget, but like you just get caught up in the stuff going on in your day, and sometimes it's just hard to like reach out. But when you get on your mind, you got to take the time out your day to just reach out to your family, because they back home watching the games, cheering me on and stuff. So I think just trying to like stay in touch and just be like a family, I guess, just try to stay in touch. That's probably the main thing that you have to do. But
I knew that was gonna happen eventually.
Yeah. But yeah, I miss my family. Like, when I get to go home, it'll be fun, to see them. But right now, I'm just trying to focus on this season and just do what I need to do on the court. I'm trying to be successful.
And what do you think of the season so far? How do you think the team has done? How do you think you've done?
I think we done pretty good. I think I still have some areas to improve, and I'm just trying to, get better every day. Just get better whatever way I can to help the team, especially. But yeah, I think this year is like we've been doing a pretty good job. We got a few more steps to take, but I think we're a pretty good team, and like we'll be good for sure for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. And the big thing I noticed in your game especially is not only are you taking like little people like me in the post more often, I've noticed, but but you're also been like more vocal and especially on defense and talking a lot. What has gone into that?
Just trying to have a role of leadership on the team. I feel like the coaches, they've all talked to me and voiced to me that they want me to be more of a leader on the team. So I've just been trying to do my part and just make sure the young guys know what they need to do and just make sure everyone's on the same page on the court, because that's how you win games. Like, just being a team, the chemistry, you know, we got to have the chemistry to be successful. And I feel like just my personality already, like, I feel like I was born to be, like, great, you know?
Right.
Like, I was born to be a leader.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to take that upon myself to just help the team out in whatever ways I can, and also be somebody that the coaches trust in any situation.
Absolutely. No, and I definitely agree with that. You mentioned like about the team and chemistry and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what are some of the things that, you know, we've been doing as a team? You know, I don't really just want to just be like sitting here and like talking, but, you know, I know you live with a couple of other guys on the team, and, you know, me, I live with Tucker Lee. So what are some of the things that, you know, we do off the court to, you know, help maybe build that team chemistry?
Play 2K. Definitely playing 2K. That's a big part. Just everybody playing 2K. And then also, like, we started, like, Gliz got a little studio.
Oh, right.
So we was, making some tracks. They were spending a lot of time doing that. And then also, I feel like in the time before, like, we could actually get on the court, like, when we were just going to the outdoor court, I feel like that was something big, too. Just getting to know everyone and just trying to get acquainted with everybody. And now I feel like it's, like, helped us right now, like, just where we are now, with everyone being, like, comfortable with each other, I guess. So I think just the stuff, like, the small things that we can do as a team, like, that helps us. Like, it's already helped us a lot.
Absolutely, man. And I agree. I think a big thing is, like, the pickup that we played before the season was, like, officially able to start. You know, we played outside. We had our masks on. We were smart. We only played with our team. Like, we were very smart about what we did, and, we didn't want to, make people believe that, we were getting special treatment. We were able to do things that other kids weren't on campus. So, we followed all the rules outside. But I think pickup was a big part of, building that team chemistry and, just playing outside too. And like in terms of that, I think a lot more like playing outside is something that, it can build character, honestly, because, there's going to be days where it's windy, where you might not make shots. It's going to be days that might be a little slick, it might be a little wet, it might be a little cold. Like, you have to deal with a bunch of different elements. We were playing outside till early November?
Yeah, when it started getting cold and stuff, all of that. Like,
exactly. And I think, playing outside and playing so long outside was one of the things that maybe not build our team chemistry, but maybe built a little bit of toughness, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like there probably wasn't many teams like especially in the MAC doing that what we did. Like, even when we was just out there, having to run from McCann to the court. Like, there's a lot of stuff that went into like how we're performing right now. Like, just winning 8 games, whatever. Just and there's still games to go. Like, just that's a big step for like this program. Honestly, like, just showing that we can make a leap, and we just have to keep it going, honestly.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, okay, so I'm done really talking about some of the stuff that, the virus and everything has impacted in the season and all that. Let's talk about, something that's a little bit lighter, a little bit more fun. What is your best basketball memory?
My best basketball memory? That's a tough one. That's a tough one because I think about it and like everything I want like from basketball, to do like the achievements I want to achieve. Yeah. Like, sometimes I don't even like take the moment to really appreciate the moments that I'm like in, or that I've had. So that's a really hard question. But
do you think it's happened yet?
Honestly, I don't think so. I feel like it's something down the road, but I feel like I've had some good moments, like, I think it was my sophomore year in high school. Yeah, we won district or whatever. Okay. That was a pretty big moment because that was like my first year, like, being on the team. Like, I was on varsity when I was a freshman, but I didn't really play much. But my sophomore year, like, I took a leap. Like, I had another, like, a role change, I guess you would say. And, like, I was more of more of like a guy on the team, like you could go to for scoring,
Right.
rebounding, like whatever you needed, like one of those type of roles. And I think I was on first team all district.
Okay.
And that was my first year making that. So that was pretty big, I feel like, in my career. I feel like that was pretty big. It gave me some confidence. It was definitely a confidence boost. And yeah, that's probably one of them. I probably have some more that I just can't think of right now.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that was one that just showed me like I could be like somebody like basketball wise, definitely.
Absolutely. And so you're pretty tall, right? So did you go to a school where they would stick you in the post, like, since you're one of the tall people?
Oh, most definitely. Like, yeah, definitely. I've always been like one of the taller guys, so I've always been kind of in the post. I had a lot of moves. Like when I was younger, I had actually my post game was like crazy. I'm not even gonna lie.
Okay.
Like right now, like I still, like you can tell, I still do post stuff. Like I still have some hooks, some turnaround shots and just a little, like some stuff like that. And I feel like this season I'm getting more like back to that because I feel like that's an area where I can really impact the game. It's just versatility, just being able to score. Like I can shoot, I can drive, I can hit a mid-range shot. I can post up with like whatever you need, like any type of scoring you need, I can provide that. And I feel like that's part like that actually attributes to it. Like I know there's like bigger guys that can't really dribble or shoot.
Yeah,
and there's like a result of that, like just being in the post all the time. But I feel like I was blessed, like to, I had like a coach, like my coaches like, from a young age, and just my pops, like they always like shooting, like having form and stuff like that has always been like a big part of everything, like in my development especially. And that kind of helps me now to be able to play on the perimeter a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and I think just that, like, and that's like on my own, like with trainers and stuff, like where I work on my shot, and I never really let anyone. I've tried not to let people define my game, because I feel like, especially with the trend of the NBA right now, is like all about being versatile or whatever. Right. Everybody can shoot.
Right.
Like everyone can do this and this and this. Like I feel like that's something that I try to pride myself on, and like I try to just show all times that I can do like whatever you need,
Yeah. No, I definitely agree because like, even when I first met you, I'm like, man, this dude's big, but he has a lot of guard skills. Like pretty much is a guard just like everybody else, just a little bit taller. And it's good to hear that, you didn't have people who tried to put you in a box and try to define you by that, because at the end of the day you are who you are, and you are what you're good at, you know what I mean? And like the stuff that you're good at is guard skills, shooting, dribbling, making moves. Even when you go in the post, it's not really like bow you down and like try to get his shoulder into somebody. It's like more finesse, like get around them, shoot the hook, shoot the turnaround, like that type of stuff. Another thing I wanted to talk about, and I would be remiss not to mention this. You're one of the biggest Kobe fans on the team. I see you got the Lakers shirt on. It's been
the Lakers shirt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's been about a year since his passing, and just talk about Kobe Bryant and maybe the impact he's had on you as a person and you as a basketball player.
Man, I love Kobe. But anyways, I feel like just like the Mamba mentality and just everything like Kobe brought to the game, like I feel like that's helped me grow in the game. Like, there's always, I feel like every hooper, there's been a time where you watch like a Kobe video where you just watch maybe an interview or whatever, maybe like a highlight tape, and you just were like, wow, like this guy is so good, like he's so nice. And I feel like just like watching him, like kind of, it put like in my head, like kind of like how I want my game to be, just being able to like post guys up, because I feel like watching him and like Dirk, like that's kind of my era,
Oh right,
like
Texas
them,
boy.
Yeah, like I feel like that's like attributed to like just some of the post stuff that I can do, and then just like the jump shooting. Honestly, like being able to hit tough shots. Like I feel like that's an underrated skill, honestly. And Kobe definitely could do that
for sure.
And then just like everything else he brought, like even when he was like retired, like how the like passion he showed for women's basketball, which I feel like a lot of people try to diminish.
Yep.
But I think like I like women's basketball like a lot because it's just like so it's just so nice to see like people that also have the same passion for the sport that you do, which is I feel like a lot of people kind of disrespect that, but they don't understand like how hard like girls work and like women work like to be good at basketball.
Yeah, they're extremely skilled.
Very skilled. Yeah. Skilled than a lot of guys actually, which a lot of people won't admit, but they are.
Right. Yeah, I think like if you were to like sit down and have a shooting sit down, but if you were to have like a shooting contest, you know, against some of the best shooters in the women's game, like I'm not sure if like some of the best male shooters are able to compete with them. You know what I mean? It's gonna be hard because a lot of time the male game is driven on separation and athleticism, and it's just, you know, it's biology. You know, men are a little bit more athletic, a little bit bigger, so it's easier to create that separation. It's easier to create that distance from your defender. Whereas, like in the women's game, like you got to be able to shoot with a hand right here. Yeah. You know, it's a tough thing to do. So,
facts.
I definitely have a respect for, you know, their abilities as, you know, just skilled basketball players.
Yeah, honestly, me too. Like, and I feel like Kobe was just kind of like, he was like kind of breaking a mold, like, and he was like setting like trends in the women's game. I feel like, and you could just see like all the good women's players, like the great ones, you know, like
they're friends with him.
Yeah, they're friends with him, and like he has a lot of respect for them, and like holds them to a high regard, honestly. And I feel like Kobe is just like he was also like making so many players in the NBA and just the WNBA, college, like he was making them want to be better as well. Like Absolutely. Just him, like I feel like that's the thing. That's one of the things that Kobe brought to the game is just he wanted to make everyone around him better. Like however, like in his own way, whatever. Like you can never knock Kobe and say he wasn't trying to make his team better. Honestly.
Absolutely, and you know you wearing the number 24, obviously, and that's because of Kobe, or do you have another reason for that?
Honestly, I think it's because of Kobe. That's really why I picked it. Just because I want to have like that mama mentality, you know, like just trying to, like honestly, like people don't really admit it, but like, you know, sometimes you have to like your mentality, you have to work on that. Like you have to have people around you telling you to be aggressive or do this and do that. Like sometimes, like, because there's not like. I feel like no one on earth has ever had like the perfect days, you know. No one has ever had a perfect day, like every single day. So sometimes you need someone there to like pick you up a little bit. But I feel like just getting like your mentality when you get like whenever it's killer, like you get the killer mentality, like you have less tough days than others, like less mentally tough days than others. Honestly, and I feel like he brought that.
Exactly. And, you know, being basketball players and, you know, understanding basketball is such a mental game. People don't understand, you know, it may be like, say, 60% physical and maybe 40% mental, would you say? Like, it's a lot about, you know, understanding a scout, understanding, you know, your own plays and what you're going to execute on offense. Definitely. But it's also, you know, a game within a game where you have to, you know, have the confidence in yourself to perform to a certain way and be focused. You have to focus when it comes to shooting. You have to focus when you're playing defense. You have to focus when you're handling the ball. It's a big mental game. Honestly. And I think training that is just as important as, you know, training your jump shot, training your ball handling. You know? Yeah,
because you definitely have to have the mindset, like, you know, like, I'm going to go on the court, I'm going to do this. When I get this opportunity to do this, I'm going to do this. Like, I feel like it's a big thing. Like, if you second-guess yourself, like, more times than you're positive in yourself on the court, then it's just going to be disastrous for you, I feel like. And then just, like, basically what you said, like, just having to focus on everything out there. Like, I feel like this year I also, like, I've taken my game to another level on that aspect. Just being like you said earlier, like being more vocal and stuff. I feel like it's because I'm more understanding of the game, kind of. And like I feel like I've always had like a pretty high IQ basketball wise, but I feel like it's just getting better and better. Like just some of the slight things like that people don't notice, like how you're driving, like the angles you're taking. Like I feel like I'm getting better at like understanding angles and just using my body. Really, that's really a big thing for me this year.
Right. Right. And, we started something this year that I know probably like a lot of teams do as well. We started doing yoga as a team.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been pretty much running point on that. You're the leader in terms of that. So talk to me about like your experience with yoga and why you think it's so important to the game.
My experience with yoga has been really good. Like, personally, like, I haven't been the most flexible person. I feel like my whole life I've never really been like so like very flexible.
Mm-hmm.
And last year kind of was just because like I feel like I've always been like told to like bend my legs and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like trying to stay lower to the ground, like in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, there's a lot of players that really don't play low to the ground, and you can kind of tell.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like just for me to be effective, like I had to like become more flexible. So like with the quarantine and everything, like I was able to just do a lot of yoga really, and then just brought it with the team this year.
Okay.
And I feel like it's been something good that we've adopted, like just making sure that you take care of your body, because that's also a very underrated part of basketball. Like that people often wait too late to tell you that like to focus like on how you take care of your body, treat like stretch, just being flexible, and just trying to keep your lower extremities.
Yeah,
that's a very important part of basketball. Try to keep all of that healthy.
Yeah.
Because like without your legs, you can't do anything on the court. Like if you have like some kind of pain, like with your ankle, maybe your knees, like it's gonna affect you. Like it's gonna affect you in a big way on the court. So I feel like and then also just proper like warming up properly. Like we take our time a little bit with our stretches now. I feel like last year we would kind of rush through them and take them for granted.
Yeah.
But I feel like making sure that you stretch and just then doing the yoga afterwards, or whatever, like I feel like that's a big part of just staying healthy, and it just keeps your legs good. Like I feel like this season I felt really bouncy.
Yeah,
felt really bouncy, honestly. Like got a couple East Bays in the warm up, like so.
Right. Yeah, that's something that you probably wish the fans were here to see and stuff like that. It's one of the things that sucks about not having any fans. But, like, what are some of the other things you do besides yoga to keep your body right? Like, are you a big ice guy, or what's your go-to treatment?
Probably my go-to treatment, I'd probably say it's the boots.
The boots? Okay.
Yeah, the boots. I feel like it's kind of like a massage, kind of, so that helps.
Mm-hmm.
But just really yoga, I feel like that's the best. That's like the most natural kind of remedy. Like, that'll get you right for the next day, I feel like.
Yeah.
Just that, and then making sure you get some food in your system.
Right. Yeah, true.
And
going
also,
back to the nutrition.
Yeah, and then just being hydrated. Like, stay with some Gatorade, water. Yep. Like, you got to be hydrated. Yep. Otherwise, it's going to be a bad day for you.
Exactly. And are you big into the, what's it called, the massage guns?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. I like those. Those get you right. Like, you can kind of, like, warm yourself up for a game, too, with those. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, like, if you get like your hamstrings, quads, calves, like all of that, then it'll get you right for the game.
I just used one for the first time this weekend. Like it's kind of nice. Like my friend had one, and I was just like using it, and I was like, "Geez, like it's pretty. It'll get you feeling kind of good.
Right?
It'll
get you right.
Yeah, I feel that.
It'll get you right, definitely.
That's tough. All right. So let's move the conversation back to something a little bit more basketball related. I mean, I guess we've been talking basketball pretty much the whole time, but let's talk a little bit of NBA. I know you're a Dallas Mavericks fan growing up in the DFW?
Yep, DFW area, yes sir.
Growing up in the DFW, Dallas Mavericks fan. What do you? I haven't checked the standings or anything recently, but what are they looking like?
The Mavs.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really caught that many games, but like I've tried to keep up with them a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I think they're looking pretty nice. They got Luka, obviously. He's doing this thing. They got KP. He just came back. I don't know how many games ago, but I know he was out because he had the ACL, I think it was.
Yeah, he's had a whole bunch.
Yeah, he's had a lot of injuries, but he's back, and I feel like he's ready to do his thing, and he grinded to get back too.
Exactly.
For sure. And Also, I feel like some of the rookies that they got are pretty good.
I really like Tyrell Terry from Stanford.
Yeah, he's nice.
I wanted the Sixers to get him. He's a shooter.
Yeah,
knocked down.
Y'all got Tyrese though.
Yeah, Tyrese.
DFW guy.
Yeah. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Yeah, Tyrese, Maxey, and Seth Curry in the trade with the Mavericks.
Yep.
But what do you make of this Bradley Beal situation? Have you been seeing on social media?
Yep. Every day.
His wife tweeted last night. She's like so sick of it or something like that. For those of you who don't know, Bradley Beal is having a career year. He had a career year last year, averaged 30 points a game. He's currently averaging some absurd amount, like 35 or something like that. He's on the Washington Wizards, got drafted by them, I think, 8 years ago. He's having a phenomenal year, but they have won.
It was 8 years ago? Wow.
Close, bro. I was in middle school because I remember Florida played at Syracuse. I think I was in 7th grade. And it was Bradley Beal, his freshman year at Florida, his only year.
He was nice. He was nice, right?
Bro, he lit us up. But Syracuse still came out the win though, so I wasn't bugging too much. But like, that was long ago. That was like my 7th grade year. I'm a senior in college now, bro. That was long. He's got to be in the league like 8 years almost.
Yeah, something like that.
So I was like 12 back then.
Definitely, yeah. He's definitely been in the league for a minute. But, yeah, I feel like he's got to, like, I feel like they either, like, they have to build around him, obviously.
They've rumored him to the Mavericks.
Yeah, I seen that. The Mavs are on all the rumors, like Giannis, all of them. He's always in there.
Yeah.
But I feel like he just got to go somewhere where they have a good structure, you know. I feel like if he went to the Heat, that would be nice.
That would be cool.
But I feel like it would kind of stunt Hero's growth. But
he needs to go to a team that's ready to win right now.
Yeah, he needs to go somewhere that's ready to win because he's like playing at a crazy level right now. But I mean, I haven't really seen any games, so I can't put in my input to like what else he's bringing to the team.
True, because is he just going out there scoring?
Yeah, because you know the average basketball fan will see that and see these scoring and be like, oh, you know.
Yeah.
But people don't watch basketball with a third eye nowadays, so that's honestly my opinion. But I feel like if he went somewhere, he'd be nice. Like he definitely could do what he's doing, but also be on a good team.
Like Philly.
Like Philly.
Like Philly, man. I'm gonna root every superstar to come to the Sixers. You know, I think they have the best team in the league. But I might be a little bit biased, you know.
Yeah, I saw this post on Instagram on this page called NBA Chop Shop. Have you seen that page?
No.
Where they like have this dude, he has like these opinions and stuff, whatever. And he made a pretty good point about Giannis.
What did he say?
Because Giannis, you know how Giannis can't shoot or whatever. And he was like, should we even expect Giannis to be able to shoot? Because we associate like a lot of guard things with him. And he's 6'10", 6'11".
Yeah.
And he can, because he like dribbles like a guard. He can like make plays and stuff like a guard.
Yeah.
And obviously, the shooting is the only thing missing from his game.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, we're holding him to like unreal standards because he can't shoot. But he's like 6'10", blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But I mean, it is kind of a good point because, you know, we expect everyone to be able to shoot.
Yeah.
Which is the way like the game's trending, obviously. But
Ben Simmons gets it a lot too.
Yeah.
It's like the both of them are like the poster children for, you know,
not
being big guards.
Yeah, big guards, but they just can't shoot.
Exactly.
Which is like, I think it's because, you know, if you say they're a guard, you know, like you're comparing them with guys like Kemba and Dame Lillard, Curry, and when you think of like really good guard, when you think of a really good guard in this league, you just think of someone that can definitely knock down threes. So I guess that's kind of a point, but then again, like nowadays everybody can shoot. Like Dirk can shoot.
Yeah, like, Dirk's a shooter.
He had a
KP.
KP, he has a clip. He's 7'2", 7'3",
and he can shoot.
Like all them, like
Cat.
Like see that one right there, Embiid and Ben Simmons on the same team. Yeah. Like that just says like, okay, if he can shoot, why can't you shoot? Basically. But you know, I know. I guess you know it's hard to make a jumper sometimes. I guess you could say. I mean, I could see how it'd be tough for them. But
you can see, but you can't relate.
It's all, I can't relate. But it's all about confidence. I feel like obviously you're gonna have your stretch. You're gonna have a stretch where you don't make shots.
Exactly.
So you just can't allow that to like make you think you can't shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all the hours that you put in, there's no reason for you to have doubt, honestly, that you're not going to make this shot or that shot or not even shoot the shot.
Yeah.
Like, unless you haven't put in hours on shooting, I guess. Because it's a lot of work, you know, to have a clip, you know, a lot of form shooting. And I was just thinking about it. Sometimes I think about it like when I have a kid, how am I gonna like get him nice? You know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly think about that sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, how am I gonna get him a clip?
Yeah.
How is he gonna have handles? Like, I'm just thinking about everything he needs to have. I want him to be able to do everything on the court.
Exactly.
So he has to have the confidence first off to do the stuff that he works on. You know, have a strap, which is just like, I was just thinking about like my coming up in basketball, just like everything that led me to where I am now. And I feel like every stop I've had, like I've learned something different or added something different to my game, and it's like actually crazy, like how far I've come as a player and everything, and just how far I've gotten to this point, which, you know, you don't really appreciate until you talk about it. But like, definitely, I was just thinking about all the things that have led me to get to the point where I am, and just the hours really, like, that's probably the biggest thing, really, just all the grind I put into this, and like, I might not even notice at the time, like how much time I was putting into it.
Exactly.
Like, it's crazy, honestly.
At the end of the day, it's a blessing to be able to, you know, be here and to play. You know, we may complain and say all this stuff, and, you know, practice is hard and everything, and, you know, playing the pandemic sucks and all that. But, you know, at the end of the day, we get to play the game that we love. We get to play the game that we grew up playing. And, you know, I say it every time. I always say I'm thankful to play the game. I'm thankful to be here at Marist College, and it's like, it's a blessing.
Definitely.
At the end of the day.
Like, there's a lot of people, like, you know, they don't get to hoop. Like, there's people that don't get to hoop, or that just didn't. They never got to the point that we're at.
D3 and D2 hoopers right now.
Like, there's so much.
At the crib.
Yeah, like, there's so much that goes into this, like, that people don't see and that people just take for granted. But I feel like the pandemic has kind of put that into perspective. Just the fact that we're able to play, because last year we got, you know, our season basically our season was over already.
Right. Yeah.
But there were so many people that didn't get to finish their seasons, like, especially like including the girls team. Yep. Like, they probably would have won the MAC tournament that year.
Probably would have played in the NCAA.
Yeah, probably went to the tournament, and they didn't even get a chance to do that. So I feel like at the end of the day, like, you get to see that you're able to do what you, like, you know, you get to hoop. Like, regardless of what's going on right now, one thing I do know is that we're hooping. Like, maybe the next, like, you know, anything can happen. Like, we've been blessed to not be paused, like, during the season. Like, and I'm pretty sure, like, almost every other team has been on pause at some point.
Right.
Like, honestly, I'm trying to think of one that hasn't.
Yeah.
St. Peter's, maybe? Or did they?
Nah, they had a pause because, like, I think Fairfield hasn't, because I'm trying to think of, like, teams who have been able to play a lot of games. Like, we've gotten in 14 games.
Yeah, like, we haven't missed a single game. So
yeah, there's a lot of teams that haven't hit double digits in this around the country. Most teams haven't hit double digits. Yeah. Yeah,
but it's crazy. But, like, yeah, we're just definitely blessed to be able to hoop. Honestly, like, there's people that don't. They're at the crib.
Yeah.
Like. Yeah. Yeah, you know, you might want to go home and stuff, but, like, what are they doing at the crib right now? Obviously, there'll be a time where we get to go home, but like, for the time being, like, we're getting to do what we want, like, we're getting to hoop. And that's, like, the biggest thing, really.
Absolutely, man, and no, I definitely agree. What are some of the stereotypes? You know, this is just completely off topic. Well, not off topic, but it's something I would definitely want to ask you about, especially. Like, what are some of the stereotypes and some of the things you might have to deal with as, you know, a black student athlete? Especially at a school like this, a predominantly white institution. You know, what are some of the things that people maybe assume about you and think about you, and, you know, what are some of the things that may be true and may be false?
I feel like a lot of people think that, like, black student athletes are dumb. Honestly, that's a big thing. I feel like they think we're just not invested in the classroom, and like we don't have thoughts that matter. I feel like, but I feel like this has been a year, like, especially the stuff that's been going on in our country. Like, you know, we've been able to kind of prove otherwise, you know, by forming, like, the Black Student Athlete Alliance or whatever. Like, that's been a big part. I feel like,
shout out JJ, TK.
Yeah, just being able to do that, and, like, you know, like how we had the little like the march or whatever. Like that was, I feel like that was big. Like just hearing like black voices honestly talk passionately
on
about
this campus,
us. Yeah, on this campus, and like just seeing all the people that came out, like of every color. Honestly, I feel like that was really big. I feel like, especially for here, just like a PWI, I guess. Just being able to have some black faces out there making a change, kind of, and just spreading awareness about what's going on. And I feel like a lot of people they just see us as just athletes. But there's so much more to like us than being an athlete. Like there's so many of us that pride school, you know, and just pride having an open mind and just being able to talk about things other than just basketball, and just being able to be passionate about things as well. Like I feel like people don't really understand. I guess they don't understand that, but I feel like that's one thing that's a stereotype, is that we just don't have a voice that can actually make a difference, or that is smart, you know. I feel like definitely we're changing that narrative.
Right. And you know, we talk about BSAA and our friend Jordan Jones, who's a part of you know, building that and making that what it is today. And I remember when he came on this podcast, he mentioned to me the fact that he had culture shock when he came here, because he's coming from the inner city in Baltimore. You're coming from Texas, where you spent your entire life, right?
Yep.
And you came here last year. Last season was your first season.
Yep.
You know, what was the difference like in terms of that? Did you experience anything like culture shock?
I feel like I wouldn't say so much culture shock, because I feel like I've come, like where I come from is like, it's a pretty diverse place, you know.
Okay.
So there were some things I was familiar with, and then there was obviously some things that I wasn't familiar with. You know, like the cold, I would say. The cold for sure.
Yeah.
But that's more of like climate, I guess.
Yeah,
but
right.
The culture kind of like, you know, I feel like I'm an open book. Like I'm a person that I can get along with anybody, you know, make friends with anyone, like no matter what type of person they are. Like not that they're a bad person, you know? Like just like, you know, everyone's different.
Yeah.
So I feel like I can just connect with like a lot of different people, and I feel like it's been no different coming to Marist. Like no matter who I've encountered, I feel like I've made a pretty good impression on them.
Right. No, that's good. You know, I'm glad that you've been able to do that. You know, because you're an intelligent dude. Like you're a smart guy, and I think sometimes people look at, you know, oh, he's tall, he's a basketball player, he's got this and that. He doesn't know. He doesn't, you know, understand this. He may not be able to relate to me and with me. And I think it's up to, you know, not only it's us. It sucks that we have to do this, but we have to like showcase that skill and sort of prove to people that, you know, we're more than just athletes who are just like black and we play a sport. You know, we're intelligent. We have other interests other than basketball and stuff like that. You know, talk to me about some of those other interests. I know you like music a lot. Like, who are some of your favorite artists?
Let's see. Definitely Uzi.
Okay.
Trippie Redd. Gotta go with Trippie.
Yep, I love Trippie. What, the other day you were singing a song.
Which one?
I think it was one of the songs you guys made, and it sounded just like a Trippie song.
Oh, like back in the day, kind of. Not in the day, but you know, like earlier on.
Early on Trippie? Or like from a few weeks? What do you mean?
I think so. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I had to make a little song that sounded like Trippie. So I had to hop in my Trippie bag, but
Braden was in his feels.
Nah, I wasn't in my feels, but I was just you know, vibing. Yeah. But Trippie definitely one of my favorites. Playboy Cardi, like, you know, I got this certain vibe that I like, and they all like fit that vibe.
Okay.
Meek, Drake, like all of that.
Right.
You know,
right.
And there's a few country songs that I like.
No.
I'm from Texas. Come on.
Texas boy.
I'm from Texas.
Okay. All right.
It's not like bad country either. It's like the vibey kind.
Tell me what these songs are.
You heard this song, Tennessee Whiskey?
Tennessee Whiskey, no. I can look it up right now.
Fire song. Very fire song.
Tennessee. Who sings it?
Chris Stapleton.
You
heard of Darius Rucker?
Yeah. Is he black?
Yes. He's tough. He's very tough.
I just pulled it up. It has 36 million plays on Spotify. Okay. Okay, so it might be a good song. We don't know.
It definitely is.
I'll check it out after the podcast. I'm not trying to get like copyright or anything like that. Yeah.
But yeah, let's see, Outkast,
really?
Yeah,
Classic.
Outkast.
Throwback, okay.
They got some vibes.
I
They
like
definitely
that.
have some bangers, as everybody probably knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are I feel like I listen to those guys quite often, especially Uzi. He's always got the vibe,
Yeah, that's like your go-to?
Yeah, that's definitely my go-to.
I heard that. Why is Texas real estate so popular now? Because I hear like a bunch of people are moving from California, a bunch of people are moving from New York City and some of like the big, more populated areas, and everyone's talking about Texas.
Oh, definitely. Because I feel like there's houses in Cali and New York, or like lofts or whatever, people get here. Like they cost $1 million for something that's like maybe one story or whatever.
Exactly.
Something that's not that nice. But in Texas,
$1 million
like, you can get a
home
crib
is
for
extravagant.
Like, it's like you can get a crib like that for like $300K, like $250K.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you can get something so nice for so cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So I completely see why people would do that.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, I feel like there's so much stuff to do in Texas. So
really?
It's like, yeah, like it just has its own. It has its own little draw. Like yeah, definitely has its own little draw. But the thing with Cali is like Cali has the beach. They got the beach. They got the weather.
Yeah.
And then here, it's just New York City. So people want to live in New York City. So they're gonna buy. Like they're gonna pay so much for a crib, and the property value is so much. But Texas is just so much space. Like I feel like every year they're building a whole new subdivision, like somewhere.
Jeez.
So that definitely has to that has a big part in it. I feel like there's always like a demand, for housing.
Right. No, and I definitely wanted to get your thoughts on that because like coming from Texas, I'm sure you probably seen example of some of the most extravagant houses, and then hearing the price on it, it's like whoa, like that's from Texas. Like,
yeah, it's
insane. But no, that's been great. This has been great. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about? Oh wait, I do have something for you. I'm gonna give you a list.
Okay.
Here's my list. We're going back to the NBA for this, okay?
Okay.
I've been working on this list, and I want to get your thoughts on it, okay?
Okay.
So I wrote down my top 10 players in the NBA list. Let's see if you agree. All right.
All right.
Number 1, I have LeBron James, small forward, Los Angeles Lakers. Kevin Durant. Number 2, small forward, Brooklyn Nets. Giannis, power forward, Milwaukee Bucks at number 3. I have Steph Curry, point guard, Golden State Warriors, number 4. Kawhi Leonard, small forward, LA Clippers. Is there any disagreement so far?
I don't think so.
Okay, good. Number 6, I have Anthony Davis, power forward, Los Angeles Lakers.
Hold on. Who did you say? Anthony Davis, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. Is Luka on your list? No. Just keep going. We'll talk about it after this.
All right. Got you. And then I have James Harden, shooting guard, Brooklyn Nets.
6 or 7?
He's 7.
Okay.
Because, like, people always say, like, James Harden is... People always love to say that LeBron and AD are, like, both top 5 players. Like, AD's number 6 on my list, and I think I'm being generous because I'm not big on James Harden. But then at number 8, I have Damian Lillard.
Okay.
And this was before the season started, mind you. I'll change it for sure. But number 9 and number 10 are a couple centers because I had to get a couple centers on there. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid. I think Joel Embiid is at number 9.
Definitely
He's
up.
number 9 right now.
Jokic, I can understand, but Luka's definitely on the top 10, bro.
But look, I have a list right here. It's my outside list. Who's the first name you see on the list?
Luka. Nah, I gotta see your list. Let me see who's on the outside. Yeah, I gotta see this.
It's
I can
Luka.
agree with your list. I like that you put Chris Paul in there because Chris Paul is very underrated.
Yes, sir.
D-Book definitely underrated. I think Tatum might actually be in the top 10 now. Let me see. Let me try to make a top 10 real quick.
Bro, people are so high on Jason Tatum. I like Jayden Brown more than Jason Tatum. I really do. He just...
Okay, hold on. Look, if I was gonna make a top 10, this is how my top 10 would be. I'm not gonna make it in any order, but I definitely like your top 10. I can't hold your top 10 against you. You feel me?
Okay.
But I've heard people say Luka's top 5, and
he's good. He's really good. His flaws on the court. He's not a super strong defender.
And he can't. He's a streaky shooter.
Yeah, he's streaky from the free throw line. He's streaky from 3. Yeah, for sure. But he hits clutch shots.
Definitely. Okay. Bron, yes. KD, yes. Giannis, yes. Obviously. Curry, yes. Kawhi, yes. Bruh, see, the more I read your list, it's harder for me to disagree.
See, I feel like a lot of people would agree with that list.
Yeah, AD for sure. Harden definitely. Dame, I like you put Dame in the top 10.
Yep,
yeah,
because he deserves it for sure.
Jokic and Embiid, and Embiid's definitely higher on the list now. Like, he definitely switched spots with one of these guys. But I'm trying to figure out, I want to take Jokic out, but I can't.
Exactly. He's averaging a triple-double.
Bro, okay, never mind. You guys are pretty. Your list is actually very nice.
Oh, appreciate it.
It's actually on spot on, bro. I don't care for the order. Okay, the order is obviously good too, but just the fact that that's your top 10, that makes a lot of sense. I can actually vibe with that.
All right, bet. All right, so I got an okay on my top 10 list. We talked about a lot today. This has been good. It's been nice to have you back on, Braden, the first repeat guest on the Echols Unlimited podcast. Where can people find you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter at Braden_Oops. And then Instagram, Braden.Hoops.
Braden.Hoops,
yeah,
okay.
That's where you can find me.
So if you didn't know, Braden hoops.
Yep, I hoop.
He hoops.
Yes, sir. Yes, thank you for having me on, bro.
Of course.
Definitely a pleasure. Definitely my pleasure, to come on, talk about whatever. Anytime, bro, for sure.
All right, yeah, and I appreciate you coming on. Thank you again. And this has been the Echols Unlimited podcast. Please like, subscribe, share. What else do you do?
Repost, retweet.
Yeah, I'm new to this thing. I'm new to the whole call to action thing. But yeah, thank you. And yeah, peace.